Tiemann Art Gallery, and I am delighted to tell you that our show opening this weekend is for Monica Puryear, who I have here at the gallery with me.
Hello.
She's going to be introducing herself, and we're going to be talking about just a couple of her paintings. I'm just, like I said, delighted to have her here. And her reception will be here at the gallery this Saturday, August 7th, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We have Dan McMurrow playing the piano, live music, and free refreshments. So everybody come down and meet Monica and see her beautiful works of art and have a good time. Anyway, one of the pieces that I wanted to talk to Monica about, because I think there's a good story behind it, and I don't know that story, is this wonderful painting titled Belanda. And I think this is one of the best paintings we've ever had in the gallery. I really like the painting. It's a very large oil on canvas with lots of little animals in it. But Monica, can you tell us something about Belanda?
I pronounce it Belanda.
Belanda, okay.
Animals in the Dreamtime, and I based this, it's a very old painting, done in '87, on a mythology that the Aborigine people believed about animals before humans inhabited the earth, and they all got along together. And I just kind of made it up and went with it and put all the different animals in there, and you have kind of a peaceable kingdom scene. So.
Well, I wondered why there were no little Adam and Eve creatures in there, but this is, the idea is
there's no humans.
No humans yet, okay. And I see leopard and
there's
giraffe, zebra,
cats
fox,
and birds and
yeah.
deer and rhinoceros and giraffes and all kinds of animals.
It's just a beautiful work of art. I even see some birds up there in the trees.
Mm-hmm.
It's an oil on canvas, like I said, very large, and it is one of the best pieces that I think we've had in the gallery ever. So please come down and take a look at it, or you can even take it home with you if you like. Anyway, we also thought we'd take you to another part of the gallery and show you some of her additional work. So we're going to move over, and then we'll pick up again in just a minute. Okay. Stay. The way she's got her hand on the tiger, the way he's looking up and she's looking down, and I don't know. This reminds me a little bit of some of my kids too. And we have a dog like that. Yeah, oh, we are. Okay.
We
Well,
started talking about the other pictures.
Okay.
okay.
Well.
All right. Yes, great. Okay, so we've moved to another wall now, and on this wall you see it's 14 different pieces that Monica has done here for us. You might, April, you might show kind of the wall going down the wall. Everybody can see, you know, the 14 works of art here. So we have other works of art of hers as well, but we did want to talk a little bit about this wall. Now Monica is, she lives here in this area. She's from Leander, but not originally. Now you grew up in
I grew up in Florida, so I love the flora and fauna. As you can probably tell, I use a lot of palms and ferns in my work.
I just wish your works were brighter colors, but oh well. No, these are very brightly colored.
And I use a lot of glazing, which is putting a thin color over another color, and so you really get that intense color.
Okay.
So that's why you see a lot of really bright colors.
And you've pretty much been an artist your entire life.
I have. I was pretty much born an artist. My grandfather was an artist in Germany before the war, and his few remaining pieces are what inspired me to become an artist.
I know you speak a lot about your grandfather and
Yes.
the grandfather you never met.
I never
right?
met. No.
But you speak a lot about his influence on you to become an artist.
I think it's genetic, frankly.
Mhm.
But just seeing his few works really inspired me to just continue with my work.
And you both had red hair, so
Yes,
right?
we both have red hair. We both love animals, and we're very kind of introverted kind of people.
Introverted. Okay.
So.
All right. I can't tell that in your work because your work is very expressive and out there. I did want to point out about Ulrike
Ulrika's View.
Ulrika's View.
Is my sister-in-law's name. This is actually a view from their home in Seattle when we were there. And these are her flowers, dahlias. And I just loved the view, and I took several photos and decided to do a painting, and it won Best in Show at the Reimagine exhibit in 2020, right before all the COVID hit.
So was this displayed live, or was it strictly
Yeah.
online?
No, it was at the Texas State campus,
yes.
the Rotunda there.
Yeah. So Best of Show, and actually that Reimagine show is quite a good show. Mostly local artists, I think, right? Or
Yes, I believe it's just Texas artists.
Texas artists.
Yeah, but it's a juried exhibit.
Yes.
And
So it's a serious thing to be named Best of Show, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to show everybody this particular painting, because it was named Best of Show. And also, I mean, just look at it. It's a great piece. It's colorful, and it is definitely Monica's very unique interpretation of a landscape. You know, here's the flowers, here's the lake, here's the mountains. You know, it's just a really unique painting, I think. And then I wanted to move over here to a couple more. I mean, just to give you some idea of Monica. Monica, you notice bright colors, but now I'm about to show you imagination. I mean, the things she cooks up to paint are just amazing, and you're about to find out a little more about her imagination. Monica, tell us about these two paintings.
Alrighty. The one on top is Bastet, who is the Egyptian goddess of the cats, the cat goddess. And I'm a cat lover, especially big cats. But I like little cats too. Anyway, this is all her with all the cats surrounding her. And there's the leopard hidden in the bushes there. And some of those are my cats, or were my cats.
Like that leopard, you mean?
No, like the little ones.
The little ones,
There's my
okay.
Siamese back there.
Oh, yeah, right.
So-
Okay.
And the bottom one is called Lifespan. And I've been thinking about that for several years, ever since my stepson was injured in Afghanistan. And he was
Right.
on the verge of death. And it made me think how we're all connected from birth to old age and death. And so I wanted that connection to be shown with all the different umbilical cord that turns into the tree and the snake, and it just all kind of connects together.
You'll notice too that we've got another leopard here with a very long tail, which is, I guess, part of your theme of connectedness. But leopards are a big theme for you.
They're
aren't they?
probably my favorite animal, my spirit animal.
Yes, I get that. And a lot of times they're hidden, like they are in the Bastet painting. This is an oil and linen, and this is oil on board. She does paint with oils, which is, I think, really nice that there are oil paintings. But wonderful little pieces, really, with lots of incredible imagination. Now, a horse, I think, is my spirit animal, so I like the horse in this one. Yeah.
I love horses too.
Yeah. And then to show you more about, she gets into this notion of a surreal interpretation of nature, and how nature is all intertwined. But you might talk a little bit about these two paintings.
Well, the top one is old growth, and I love trees and tree roots. They're another theme that runs through my work. And how in the roots are all the living things that exist, and it's just kind of very colorful, my take on trees. And the bottom one is Let Sleeping Dogs Lie, and that's my dog Carrie, who's a Chihuahua. And what do they think about when they're sleeping? Well, bugs and rabbits and this and that. And I just come up with these made up plants, and I can't explain it, it's just in my head.
So what I find with these pieces is they are, truly surreal works. You hear that term, and I think that is a style that she has adopted, is kind of a surrealistic imagery, but what I find interesting about the way she uses surrealism is that it's really a very gentle thing. And so much surrealism, at least that I see, is kind of sort of in your face and even aggressive. But there's a gentleness to the way she uses surrealistic themes. I appreciate that. And moving more into surrealism, we have a couple more pieces that I wanted you to tell our viewers about. Here's one, and I think you told me you have just finished another piece with a big, what is this, iris? Or what
Well,
is it?
yes.
Okay.
That I don't think is an iris, I'm not sure. I did this actually for my 60th birthday. Don't
Is
know
there
why.
significance to that?
I don't know if there is or not, but I
Yeah.
just love using, again, checkerboards are another thing I really like.
Yeah.
They show space and it gives a certain dimension and it really brings the viewer into the painting. And ferns are another of my favorite plants that I use a lot.
Well, another classic, the Dutch school painting is, you know, the checkerboard that recedes into the horizon here. You see that in Vermeer paintings. It was a very big deal. You know, they try to reproduce how Vermeer did it.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, it's kind of a thing for artists too, is to have those checkerboards that recede into a horizon. So it's very classic, really. Okay, we've got some more checkerboards here. Yeah. All right. Two pieces that I think are great that go together in my mind. So can you tell us a little bit about those?
These I did after the same trip to Seattle and the Northwest. I wanted to do landscapes. I was inspired by the landscape in the western United States, but I didn't want to just do a same old landscape.
Okay.
So I wanted to show the new West, where you have all the beautiful mountains, but it's just kind of a different take on the western landscape. And this I did just to reflect the sky and to give it kind of a surreal feeling to it.
Well, it's a nice compositional touch on the painting.
And it gives, it gives it more of an interest. And the top one, that actually got a honorable mention at the Art Hop last year.
Okay.
And it's called Strange Terrain, and I did this one first painting in black and white, and then I go over with glazing. So this was first a black and white painting, and then I put the glazing in different colors over the top.
So the glazing is the glazing in the colors that we see here, or is it even different? So no,
Like
okay.
this is the brownish glaze, that's green, that's a blue, that's pink.
Okay.
But it was
Over
all
a black and
over
white.
a black and white, which
Okay.
is an old master technique again, but it kind of gives it a very gentle feel. And it's an interesting way to paint, I think.
Well, maybe when I talk about that gentleness that I feel in your paintings, it's not so much an emotional thing as it's created by the techniques you're using. I don't know.
Could be, and I
Yeah.
do love to blend a lot of different colors together. You know, I don't
Right.
usually do a lot of hard edges, but it depends on what you're trying to get across.
Another reason to see this one too is it's a landscape, okay, with the clouds above, but she's even captured how clouds will throw shadows on a landscape. And so even though this is surreal and may not have much reality to it, there is, you know, she still got herself anchored in reality here when she does this. I mean, it is recognizable definitely as a landscape, even down to the shadows from the clouds. So anyway, both very interesting pieces, and I think I like the way they go together. And you said this was an honorable mention
Yes.
at the show. Okay, and that was I
The
saw that show.
Art Hop in Georgetown.
That was 2020.
It
That
was
was
last-
early
it was-
2020.
yeah, it was
right?
last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's always at the end of the year, so. I
End of
think
the year,
it was
maybe.
in
Okay.
October.
All right. Anyway, so that's just some of Monica's work, And I know on Facebook Live, you're not supposed to take a very long time, but, I mean, I could spend an afternoon, and I have spent afternoon, talking to Monica about, you know, what influenced her, what techniques she used. She's a fabulous artist, and I really encourage you to come down here and see her work, or see just a little bit of it, actually. We have about, I think we have 30 pieces of yours, plus small works. That's something else. Come in and ask. And we have small works of hers as well. And come in and meet her on Saturday, August 7th from 5 to 7 p.m.
We'll be
We
here.
have live music. Yes, Monica will be here, and we'll see you then. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.